Greetings, Internet, and welcome back for the first early mornings with Oxleymations in, 4 or 5 months. I've decided that I'm going to bring back this particular little segment of my channel, this particular little video series, because I need to start bringing out more content to you guys. It's not fair of me to go ahead and, with my quality of content, pull a JonTron where I only make one video and a blue moon. And sorry if my voice is kind of scratchy, but I don't know what's going on with it. I think it's the changing of the weather. Anyways, let's get right down to today's video. So, I went to the Hartville flea market a few weekends ago, and I picked up a huge haul of cool stuff for you guys to see today. And I found one of the holy grails of my toy collecting that I've been searching for since I was in high school. But we'll get to that at the end. First things first, I got a crap ton of Ninja Turtles. I got not one, not two, not three, not four,
not five, this guy's actually from Earthworm Jim, not six, not seven, not eight, not nine, not even 10, not 11, not 12, not 13, not 14, not 15, not 16, not 17, not 18, not 19, not 20, not 21.
but 22, and this guy's actually from the Mighty Ducks, if you couldn't tell from what's on his shirt there. That's right. I got 20 Ninja Turtle figures and 2 random other figures I just thought looked really cool. As well as the 2003 Ninja Turtle series, TurtleCon. Or as they liked to refer to these things in that series, Shell Cell. Now, as you probably noticed from the quality, about a handful of these guys are actually McDonald's toys. Like, got a couple from the 2007 movie. I got this one guy from the 2003 series. And then, for some random reason, I picked up a bunch from the modern series that I just didn't get because I don't go to McDonald's all that often anymore. You know, trying to watch the old waistline. I haven't found an accessory for these guys. With this thing, for those who aren't in the loop as to what it is, basically, with this, I believe, with the original Ninja Turtles playset, because I have one that's not complete, with this thing, you would allow the turtles to be able to ride on the phone lines on the top of the playset. And it winds up by pushing down on this thing right here, and then you turn this, then you hook this onto the phone line, thanks to this little spring mechanism right here, and then they would just wind their way down the line. But that wasn't the one major thing that I found. They were just a bunch of really cool things that I found. And this guy I actually bought because he still had his chest piece and his belt, which I swapped onto this figure because this one's kinda, loose-limbed and floppy. So now we move all of that stuff out of the way so I can bring you the next item that I purchased that weekend. This next guy I picked up because, well, I'm kind of a weirdo when it comes to puppets and stuff. And it was a great deal, because I'll admit he's not in the best shape. Here we have an original 1950s Jerry Mahoney pull-string ventriloquist puppet. Say hello, Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. Pull me out of my misery. I'm falling apart. I don't even have my hands anymore. And look at my complexion. I'm cracking up. Help!
Ah, Jerry, you're such a goof. But yeah, when I originally found that little guy, his mouth was dislodged from, inside his head. His head wasn't attached to his body. As you can tell, his hands were missing when I got him. He's just a mess. So what I'm planning on doing is taking that little feller and fixing him up. And I completely forgot to start the music. So anyways, I'm planning on taking that little feller and fixing him up. I've already got his head reattached and I put a new rubber band to hold his mouth in, obviously. So next I need to do is find a pair of hands for him, clean up what's left of his carcass, and I'm thinking I'm going to chip away all the old paint and give him a new paint job, but I don't want to do it myself because I'm pretty sure I'll screw it up. So yeah, Jerry Mahoney, everybody. He might appear in one of my future videos. More than likely he's not, because again, he's for sale at some point. He'll be going bye-bye. But now, we're on to the part, oh, I can't believe I found these things. So, like I stated before, I've been trying to find these things since I was in high school. And now, I don't know how many of my audience actually knows this, but back in the day, I used to be a huge Kiss fan. I was a nut for these guys. I couldn't get enough of them. And one day, while searching around on the interwebs, I happened to come across the fact that there were certain toys made of them back in the day. And I just went absolutely gaga over these things. So, I went to the internet to try and find them. And I did. But they were really expensive, and I did not have a job. So, I had to wait years and years because at that time my parents wouldn't buy them for me because, well, we weren't the most well-off family back then. So like I was saying, years and years and years roll by. I've basically completely given up on getting these things. And I'd completely forgotten about my quest for them until that weekend. If I'm not mistaken, this was actually the first table myself and my roommate went to. I just happened to walk around the corner because there's this old lady who's selling a bunch of really old random knickknacks, paintings, housewares, wall hangings, stuff like that. And as I came around one of the paintings, which was on the edge of one of her tables, I happened to just see this sticking out from the side of the table. Just that little silver boot right there. Let y'all get a better view of it. Now, some of my audience will probably already know exactly what I'm holding in my hand right here. That weekend, I found these guys. Got the whole set in one shot. Got Ace Frehley, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, and Peter Criss. Come on, Paul, stand up. I got these guys for a steal compared to what they're going for online. Like, you could buy one figure for what I paid for these little guys. Paul, I saw that. You stay standing. I was so happy I almost fell over when I saw these little dudes. Now, they're not in perfect condition, unfortunately. These two guys are okay, but with Paul here, he's got some condition issues, like over the years, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on my crappy camera here, but if you look closely at his shoulder there, the plastic and the rubber that they used to put this guy together has kind of started to melt. There we go, that's a better view right there. I know I'm essentially having you stare at the armpit of an action figure, but if you see that weird ring underneath where his arm was just a second ago, that's technically basically not a good thing, but it's just from the chemicals that they used to make this guy. the chemicals in the rubber and the plastic. And as for Peter Criss here, he's actually in the best condition of the entire set, which is really awesome to me because this guy is the hardest one to get. The reason why this is because back in 1977-78 when these guys were produced, there were rumors that the drummer, Peter Criss here, was going to be leaving the band. So, the Mego Toy Corporation, which is the one who created these action figures, wasn't too sure about actually making a figure for him, but in the end they went for it anyway, and lo and behold, he stayed with the band for another 2 years after that. Who knew? And then we have Gene Simmons, the Demon, Ace Frehley, Space Ace, and if I didn't already say it, I know I didn't say it, Peter Criss, the Catman, and Paul Stanley, the Star Child. Now with these two, Gene and Ace, well, their left arms were broken off at the elbow. Gene here, I was able to superglue his arm back on with moderate success. But Paul over here, he was being a real jerk about me putting his arm back on, so for the moment it's just stuck on there. See? And it's all because the Mego Toy Corporation didn't use the best plastics when they produced these guys. So, just over the years being stored improperly, the plastic, swelled and shrank and swelled and shrank until the day when, inevitably, snap, it came right off. But, aside from that, these guys are in pretty good shape. When I initially found these guys, they were dusty, their hair was all matted and tangled. I was able to get Paul's to look the best out of the four of them. And for some reason there were some weird seeds stuck in their hair and in the bottoms of their boots. Not sure what that was about. So I brought these guys home, cleaned them up to the best of my ability, got them looking as good as I can, and I didn't want to do anything to their outfits to try and mess them up, so I didn't try to wash them. Instead, my friend and I just Febrezed the shit out of them. Pardon my language. So, yeah. Oh, I'm still just so happy I found these little guys. It's so choice. Alright, so now I'll move these guys out of the way for my traditional segment. I wonder if any of you guys know where I'm going with this next. That's right, y'all. It's my obligatory what I'm having for breakfast. And today, I'll be trying Cocoa Puffs limited edition ice cream scoops, Neapolitan style. So, I've already got my bowl and my spoon, my gallon of milk, which has been sitting here getting warm while I've been talking like an idiot. So, with the last 6 minutes I've left on this video, let's get into this, shall we? There we go, nice big old pour of that. Let's have this sitting back here with Jerry. Alright, so we have our bowl, we have our milk. Now let's make like a mad scientist and combine them. Mwahahaha. And a little more milk. There we go. There we are. No, you don't. Alright. Here's our taste. Well, I'm gonna get a second spoonful. Make sure I get the full flavor impact. That's actually a really interesting flavor palette. Alright, the best I can equate this to, if you guys have ever had, like say, you had a bowl of ice cream and you let it melt all the way down and then you just like ate the ice cream soup that was left over. It tastes like that. But it's crunchy because it's in a puff form. Let me get another spoonful of that. That is exactly what it tastes like. Pardon me for talking with my mouth full, but I kind of have to while I'm describing this. I really like this. I'm probably not going to buy it right away again after I finish off this box because it's a little rich. But then again, so is ice cream. Alright, so yeah. My verdict for anyone who's interested in trying the Cocoa Puffs ice cream scoops, do it. Or don't. It's your prerogative. It's your life. Do your thing. With that being said though, I'm gonna have to cut this video. Oh, wait. Sorry everyone. I forgot there was one more thing I bought over at the flea market that weekend. Let's turn the camera around so y'all can see it. Right there on the wall, I got the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wristwatch wall clock, which as you can see is very obviously missing the wrist strap attachment parts to it. But for only $1, and the fact that it still works, if you see the second hand ticking there, I was all over that. Alright, now we widen back out, we turn the camera around, and look down on me. There I am. Hi again, people. I'm just gonna turn the stand a little bit. There we are, that's where I was. Okay, so with all that having been said, thank you all so much for coming back for another video. I truly appreciate it, and again, I am sorry that there's been so much delay between my videos. I truly am. In truth, I'm a lazy person, and I'm kind of addicted to watching YouTube videos more than I am to actually, making them, and that's not fair to you guys. So, what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to be monetizing my channel. I know it's a big shock and a big, oh no, he's selling out. We're gonna have to wait through commercials or click blah 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 blah. But I need motivation to get me to continue making videos. And I figure that if I'm getting paid for it, I'm gonna have even more motivation to actually get more content out to you guys. So, again, well, no, I'm not even gonna say sorry. This is my channel, this is my decision. I've made it, and with that being said, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and all other configurations of being. Cowabunga, and I'll see you in the next early mornings. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm going to be doing this as a weekend thing. Every Saturday and potentially Sunday, if I can think of something to do. I'll be coming back to you guys like this. And yeah. So again, with that being said, thank you all so much for coming back again. I really, truly appreciate it. If you guys know anyone who would be interested in my content, feel free to share it with them. And on that note, cowabunga, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.